welcome to episode number 1 of the Design by podcast. My name is Ella. I'm so glad you can join me today. I am here filming in Queensland, normally sunny Queensland, currently overcast, grey, cloudy, cold, rainy, miserable, and nothing at all like spring. I have a cup of tea in my favourite mug that I believe came from Coorong. It is pure peppermint flavoured by Twinings, if that means anyone to anyone. I'm not a big tea drinker, so it really doesn't to me. Let's get started. It's a bit lukewarm now. Whoops. I intended to start filming much earlier in the afternoon, but one of my brother's friends is visiting, and they chose that exact moment to start playing Nerf Wars in the hallway at the door. So I had to put that on hold for a bit, and then afterwards I came back and I started filming and I got a good chunk in and the camera died. Only after which I was told that the little battery icon at the top says it's full until it's flat. So that was really helpful, and I will not be making that mistake again. Now, a bit about me, as this is the first episode. As I said, I am filming in Queensland. My name is Ella, which I also already said, so yay. And I love all things kind of fibre arty, anything to do with yarn or thread or needles, anything at all, I love doing. My 3 main crafts are knitting, crocheting, and lace making. Bobbin lace making to be more specific. I have been knitting for about 13 years. My grandma, I think it was, taught me when I was really little, and I absolutely can't talk. I absolutely loved it. And for the next, until I was maybe 10, I would just pick up yarn and get Mum to cast on, because I could never hold it into my head how to cast on. So I'd get Mum to Google it, she would cast on and I would knit away, and the end result was I could never make it as long as a scarf, try as I might. It would end up being like, that long, and more holes than actual fabric. But then when I was about 10, I started getting more seriously into it and making actual stuff that you can actually use, and I've kind of never stopped since. Then when I was maybe 11, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I saw something that had been crocheted and I thought, oh, I really want to learn how to do that. So with the help of YouTube and a friend, I learnt to crochet and I love it. I wouldn't say I love it more than knitting. I kind of tend to go through phases of each. So at times I will be mostly crocheting, at other times I'll be mostly knitting, and it just phases in and out of both of those two. Probably what I love most about crochet though is it's so easy to undo. You just pull it out, and at most you've only dropped 1 stitch, which you just stick the hook back in, and I really, really appreciate that. I love it so much. And then for bobbin lace, which is a bit less well known, I do have my pillow hand stuff. I've got something on the bobbins at the moment, which I'll show you later so you can see what that's like. I don't even know how I got onto it, but somewhere I found a still can't talk. A tutorial on YouTube, I think it was, and I thought, this looks really cool, I'd like to make it. And we had an older friend who has been making lace for, years and years, and so I met up with her and she taught me the basics and kind of been going since there. I wouldn't say I'm a great lace maker, but I know enough to keep me occupied. I have notes down here. That's when I'm looking there, that is why. Socials, you can find me on Ravelry at Alamartine. I also have a design by group up there. It's a bit quiet at the moment. I'm planning on doing some new things and getting a bit more active. I will put the link somewhere on the screen if I can figure out how to. If not, it will be in the link with wow. It will be in the description. I will put a link in the description below, as I will do with all of the different supplies and patterns and stuff that I will be showing in this video. They'll all be in the description below. Yes, now let's get into the actual show and tell fiber side of things. Starting with whips. Now the first whip that I have to show you at the moment is a top-down raglan jumper that I'm making for my sister for her birthday. This is a design, it's called French Terry by Yoni Knits. I'll put the name up here somewhere. And I tested this when it came out. No, sorry. I tested it before it came out. Would have been last year, maybe the year before, I'm not sure. And I loved it so much that I decided to make another one. Well, I decided. My sister asked me and I loved it so much I said yes. I'm doing this on, I think it's 3.5mm needles. I don't know how well you can see this. It's honeycomb stitch. I love the texture. And the finished jumper is so warm and soft. It's so nice. Unfortunately, I don't know what yarn I use because I lost the labels, but it came from Spotlight and it's this nice dark blue colour. Really hard to see in this light, but it is one of my sister's favourite colours, so I thought that'll be perfect. I haven't got very far with it at the moment. I'm still just finishing up the yoke. That's all. I think I'm holding it the right way, but yeah, that's what I've done so far. Love this design. Yeah, as I said, one of my favourites. Now, second up on my whip list, which is very short at the... We just went out of focus. Very short at the moment. I'm a compulsive starter. Is that a thing? I start making things all the time. But for some reason, at the moment, I have like 3 whips. Which is probably not a bad thing because I normally have way too many. But this next one is also a top-down raglan sweater. I do love making them. And it's a test. It's called the Coral Wave Top by Sue Tango's Knits. And I will get myself sorted so I can show you. And try not to drop any stitches while I'm at it. Now, this is really cute design. That's the front, I think. It's got this really cute threads going everywhere. Diamond pattern just made with knits and pearls. It'll show up better once it's finished blocking. Oh, once it's finished blocking, once it's blocked at all. And on the shoulders for the sleeves, it's just a short sleeve, this one. It's got this really cute 2x1 twisted rib. Don't know if you can see that there. With this cute little detailing down the raglan seam. Little zigzag, and I love it. I've never seen it. I don't know, it could be a thing, but I've never seen it before. So I'm really enjoying this test. The yarn, I do know the yarn that I'm using for this one. It is Blackwattle's Kunzia, or Kunzi, I'm not exactly sure how you say it, but it's from Blackwattle in the colour Glacier. I use this for my sea spray design, which I will again link and leave in the description. And it is so nice to work with. I absolutely love it. It's so soft but warm at the same time. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this one. I love the design though. I love the cute little raglan seams. It's such a cool idea. Again, it might be a normal thing and I've just never heard of it. Who knows? Well, probably most people, but whatever. Now, next on my, I've got to stand up to get it. Next on my whips list is a whip that I have been working on for a very, very long time. So long actually that I've lost the pattern and I can't even tell you what it is, but I'm going to find out what it is before the next episode and I'll tell you what it is there. It's this really cute kids poncho. I've got half of it done. Don't know if you can see it there, just with shell stitch. Is that even? Yep, that's up. This has been not worked on for a long time because after I had made the front half, pardon me, I started to work on the next panel and somehow, and I still don't know how, but somehow my needle got, my hook, it's crocheted, my hook got swapped for another hook somehow of a larger size, and it ended up being several inches wider than the other panels that I'd already done, and I was quite a way into it when I realised. So I just I frogged it and never got back to it. But I need to, and maybe now having shown you all, might actually get back to it. Again, I don't know what yarn this is. It came from Spotlight. I knit a lot for charity, and so for a long time I would get a free yarn from Spotlight that had been damaged and was unsaleable. Of course, meaning that most of the time the labels were lost, so I could sometimes find what yarn it was on their website, but not all the time, and these were one of the ones that I couldn't tell. But either way, they're really soft yarns, different weights. Of course, this one, the green one, I'm doubling up to match the weight of the blue one, but I think they work really nice together. Really cute colours, and hopefully I can get this done sometime soon. And this one will be donated to somewhere. See if I can get it all in one package. And I think that was it for whip. No, it isn't. I've still got my lace whip. I'm really going to have to stand up for this one. I've got a big pillow that it's working on at the moment. Now, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see this, but I'm working on this. Oh, first I should probably explain bobbin lace for those of you who don't know what it is. And again, this is really bad lighting. I've decided to bring out all the dark stuff I can find at the moment, so you know, yay for that. But bobbin lace is done on pillows like this. This is quite a large one. It's also the only one that I have, so I can't really do anything smaller for ease of showing. But pretty much what it is you have this pricking on the back. That's really awkward. The pricking on the, see if we can figure out how to do this in the least awkward way possible. This is called the pricking, and it's essentially the pattern that you follow. And then you've got these bobbins down here that you use to create your stitches. It's kind of, oh wow, the light just went really weird. Oh, there we go. It's kind of a very similar concept to macrame. I think I pronounced that correctly. It took me a long time, and now it took me a long time to figure out how it was pronounced correctly, and now I always think I've got it wrong, but I think it's macrame. But obviously it's on a much smaller scale. So this is, it's just a little border for like a doily or a hanky or something like that. And I haven't got too far into it. You can't see anything through the pins. I do apologise. But that's what I'm making at the moment. Something happened to my rose ground, and none of us can figure out what it is. It's just decided it's gonna be funky. But that's cool. I mean, most people won't even be able to tell. So yeah, that should be all of my whips. Now we can move on to my finished objects. Just give me a second to put the pillow down. Now, staying on the topic of lace, the folder got moved when I got my pillow. Let me grab that and I will show you my latest lace project. This one took me so much longer than it should have. Not really. Oh, I did have to go back and fix a few things, which was a pain. But I just had a few breaks in the middle of it, and it ended up taking me like a year to finish, and that was quite interesting. Now, black background isn't going to work. So it's this little, very little doily that I made. I don't even know how well the camera's picking that up. My apologies if it doesn't. I might stick a photo in at the end of it on a background that you can actually see. But it's this really pretty, very lacy red doily thing. And I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Just don't look too closely. There are a few, what do you call them? A few inconsistencies throughout it, but not bad enough that most people will notice. So, hey, that's good, right? So that's my first FO. My second one is this pair of footless sandals that I made. Now this is the Kayla barefoot sandals by, good question, who is that by? Oh, sorry, I got notes down here that I've been referencing off because otherwise I will forget everything. And you know what, speaking of notes, actually I just realised, this is not fibre related, but I made this cute little notebook, junk journaling notebook style thing, with these beads. I love these beads. They're just paper wrapped beads with resin. That I found this off a tutorial on YouTube, and which I will link in the description if anyone's interested. But I love this. It's not great, but I made it and I'm pretty happy with it. It's got these, you know, cool junk journal pages, and I thought, you know what, that'll be fun for writing in YouTube stuff, right? Use some coffee dyed paper that I dyed. It was a fun experience to make it, even if it didn't turn out, you know, very professional, but I'm still happy with it. Take a drink. Now, back to what I was talking about before. These barefoot sandals. How far did I get with it? Kayla barefoot sandals by, oh, I don't actually know who it's by. Again, I'll leave the links and stuff in the description. But they're these really cute little heart-shaped footless sandals made using Sheepy's Maxi Sweet Treat. I think it said Sheepy's, I'm never entirely sure. But that's what I think it looks, that's how I think you pronounce it, not what it looks like. I love footless sandals because I'm not a big fan of wearing shoes, just generally. So I can kind of get away with not wearing shoes while actually wearing shoes. And I really like that. Plus, I love the heart shape. They're really cute. And I don't know if I mentioned, I think the colorway was, I've got it written down here, light coral. Yeah, light coral. Yeah, super happy with these. They're quite quite comfortable actually. I wasn't sure when I first started with footless sandals how it would feel having it wrapped around your toe, kind of. I thought that might be really uncomfortable, but it's not. I really like it. Now my second one, or third, no, this is my third. This is one of my designs that I was super happy with how it turned out. It hasn't been released yet. It is currently in testing. I will leave the link to the test if you decide you want to join in. Although I don't know. I'd have to check the date. I don't know how long it's got left. But this is, it's called Hail Caraxay. It's from Tolkien. It's trying to figure out which way is up and which way is down. Is it that way? Starts off like that. Cool. So it's this pillow with this huge cable trailing right across the middle. It's not exactly square, probably due to the cable, but it fits around pillows fine. It actually looks really cute, I have to say. But for this I used, it was Bendigo Woolen Mills Luxury 10 ply in, pardon me, the colourway, was it Glacier? No, it wasn't. It was like, I'll find out and put the text on the video. But yeah, it's got 3 cute little buttons on the side that button it together. And I was super happy with how it turned out. It turned out exactly like I had in my head. The yarn was absolutely perfect for how I had pictured the design. People are being rough. Yeah, super happy with how it turned out. The only downside is it only just fits on the smallest of our pillow sizes, because, you know, I'm great at thinking things through. And I really thought that one through. Now my next one, again, I keep saying this, I'm super happy with all of them. But I'm super happy with this one. I made, ooh, I got caught on something. There we go. I made the, oops, my camera died and then just came back straight away, so I don't know what was going on there. But I made this using Lion Brand Trabu, and I'm super happy with how it came out. It's really nice and soft, but like more of a smooth, cool soft than a hot soft, which is nice because, as aforementioned, I live in Queensland and it gets really hot. Sorry, I keep going out of the screen. So there's that one. I'll have to wear it next episode if it's warmed up a bit, which hopefully it has, because it's a bit cool at the moment. Now next we have another one of my designs, which I am also super happy with how it turned out. It turned out exactly as I had it in my head, which is always nice when that happens. It is the Rescue Slouch. Now when I say it turned out exactly as I had in my head, I mean the design on the front did. I had some issues with length-wise because I had this cable design, and then I had to try and fit it into the hat. So it turned out a bit, excuse me, a bit longer than I had. So, keep going out of the frame, I'm very sorry. It turned out a bit longer than I had anticipated, but it's not too long, I don't think. It's definitely a slouch, but it's quite nice. I really like it. I love the yarns. I use, it's Yarn by Jane. The blue colour is steel green. I would call it blue, but it's still green. And the cabling colour is tangerine. And I love the way they go together. I think it works really well. Yeah, this one also hasn't been released yet. And it hasn't been put up for testing yet either. I think it's the next one that I'm doing to put up. So it'll be after the cushion is released. Yeah, I don't know. I reckon it's pretty cute. Might just be because I've made it, but I like it. And I think, checking my pile, I think that's everything. Yeah, so I still have tea left. Wow. I wasn't sure how my voice would go talking for so long because I'm not a big talker. And I thought I'd better make sure I've got a big cup of tea ready in case I start losing my voice halfway into the video. But I've actually held up pretty well, so you know, I'm impressed. I now have a pretty decent amount of tea left. Whoops. And it's definitely lukewarm. Well, I think that is everything for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and for staying this long. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And if you didn't like it, thanks for staying with me to the end. Don't do any of that, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.